Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Disability Channel Today Detroit. I am Damon, and I am so excited to welcome our feature interview guest for today. We have Diane Winterstein, the coach of the Motor City Wheels of the NWBA Junior Division. And for those of you that don't know, the NWBA is the National Wheelchair Basketball Association. Diane, thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate it.
Oh, you're very welcome. It's a pleasure to be here, and it's wonderful that you have this show on.
Oh, thank you. Well, if you don't mind, there's wonderful things we'd like to talk about with the team, and of course, the things you're doing. So we're going to jump right in. And for those that don't know, you are a certified therapeutic recreation specialist with experience in clinical and community settings. And you're also a lecturer at Wayne State University in Detroit, Oakland University, and of course, the University of Michigan Flint. And you also worked as a special recreation supervisor for the city of Sterling Heights for 27 years, planning and implementing leisure, social, and instructional programs through the use of therapeutic recreation techniques to meet the leisure needs and interests of people with various ages and disabilities. And you're currently working in a private practice for individuals with traumatic brain injuries and spinal cord injuries. So amazing background that you have. And I wanted to know, Diane, what was it that sort of brought you to therapeutic recreation?
Way back after I graduated from high school, I had met a man named Robert Slattery, and he was involved with the Michigan Wheelchair Athletic Association back then. And I had done some volunteer work at Rehab Institute in the physical therapy department because I thought I wanted to be a physical therapist. So I spent some quality time down there learning how to work with folks that were going through therapies and what I could do to help them. And Bob Slattery thought that I would be a good fit for working with wheelchair sports. And I had always been active in sports through grade school and high school, so I thought, well, why not? And I felt that just because someone had some sort of a limitation of some kind doesn't take away their competitive spirit, does not take away the need for them to be competitive and active. And through the Michigan Wheelchair Games, I could see how they could do track and field and swimming, weightlifting, table tennis, all these wonderful activities. And I saw the joy that people had when they competed, and the tenacity and the everything that they put into their training. And after that, I decided to I loved basketball, so I decided to work with some of the folks at Rehab Institute once I graduated from college, and I got my first degree. I got my degree and was down at Wayne State. So I got through that program and immediately started working at Rehab Institute. And my folks that I worked with there were on the spinal cord unit. So engaged with that became an idea of let's have sports. What can we do? And we used to have the rehab games. So we would have any patient that was in the entire hospital, in the rehab center, could participate. If it was just playing a game of checkers or Uno or whatever, or doing bowling, or using the pool table or whatever, or table shuffleboard, or whatever. We had all kinds of little Olympics, as we called them. Yeah. But it got everybody involved, and then we gave them little awards. And you know what? After an injury or after being in a rehab setting where you think that, okay, I can't do anything anymore, for them to see that they could still do something and be a little competitive, and it really brought up spirits. Absolutely. So when there was an opportunity to start a basketball team through the Institute, through Rehab Institute, we had something called the Rehab Rollers. That was the very first adult wheelchair basketball team that we had down there. And from then it just blossomed to me working with the city for the 27 years, starting the junior program through the city of Sterling Heights and continuing it now even after I've left the city. So
Well, yeah,
ongoing.
go ahead.
This has been working in therapeutic recreation is something that allows me to not only do the physical activity with an individual, but definitely work with on the social end of it as well, and encouraging and getting people actively involved in sports, and then hopefully leading them to the resources they need to have to go on for bigger and better things, go on to say college ball, or get on an adult team, or pray tell, become a Paralympian. And a number of the folks that through my years, I've had several individuals who have been and are currently Paralympians.
Wow, that is tremendous. And of course, they are, athletic heroes and should be admired absolutely for their commitment. And you bring up so many great points. I think, there's so many misconceptions with athletics about, oh, it's just a bunch of people getting around and they're just playing a game. But you bring up great points in the fact that athletics can serve such a big, broad community and in many, many, many different ways. And of course, you talked about your work, in wheelchair basketball. So aside from your work, you're also the coach of the Motor City Wheels of the National Wheelchair Basketball Association Junior Division. And of course, the Motor City Wheels Junior Wheelchair Basketball Program, they provide educational and competitive opportunities for youngsters 6 to 21 years of age who attend elementary, middle, and high school classes. And the Motor City Wheels is a co-ed team and has a vast majority of different disabilities involved, such as spina bifida, spinal cord injury, cerebral palsy, many others, muscular dystrophy, amputees, and other physical limitations. So, and then competition is also provided at both the varsity levels as well as other levels as well. But can you talk about, sort of your team and, how you've done in the junior division of the NWBA? I imagine that has to be very competitive.
It is a competitive league, obviously, and we are one of two teams, possibly three. I'm not sure if U of M has got their team going yet, but
they're working at it.
I know they joined 2 years ago. Of course, with COVID this year, a lot of people couldn't do anything, but Grand Rapids has a solid program. We're a solid program. U of M has got a prep level team, which is for the younger kids or kids with more of a significant disability. When they're playing at the prep level, they play at an 8.5-foot high basket, and varsity is played at a regulation court, regulation height 10-foot basket. Our kids range in age from, we've had them as young as 5 all the way up through seniors in high school. They, again, as you said, have a varying types of disabilities. We have a bunch of kids that have spina bifida. We have some that have spinal cord injury. We've had some congenital kind of disabilities through the years. A number of kids with muscular dystrophy. So it's really, and we also have boys and girls on the team, which is nice.
Absolutely. And we're going to talk more with Diane Winterstein, the coach of the Motor City Wheels, right after this.